Okay, description, sequence, comparison, and contrast, cause and effect, problem, and solution. I hope everyone is clear about all these five types. They are damn easy and we have been using. So today we would move ahead, even though we have worked onto the headings. So I believe that everyone did this activity. We just wrote one descriptive heading and then transformed it into rest of the heading. I hope everything is clear till yet. Let's move ahead today with another type. So the first type is expository writing, and expository writing has got five subtypes. Then we have narrative descriptive sequence. Okay. So then we have narrative writing. So what do you think? What is narrative all about? I believe that when we were child, everyone was really fond of narrative more than any other type of writing. So what is your understanding on narrative? Have you ever heard of narrative? Storytelling. Okay. And what else could be the part of narrative writing? Have you ever learned narrative writing in your life before this session? In narrative writing, किसी और की बात किसी को बताना. Narrative writing, okay. No, maybe nobody has taught you narrative writing, but still, you should have some idea about it. You must be, hearing about narrative writing. Okay, so I don't need three responses. I have at least 20 people in this session. I want everyone to respond. Do you have any idea about narrative writing? Do you have any idea about narrative writing? I want everyone to let me know if you have got any idea or not. Please write yes or no. Please respond to whatever I ask you. Either don't be in my class, please. I don't want you to be sleepy or slothy in the class. Spoken or written account of connected events. No, no. Okay. So this says narrative writing is the writing that has the story, characters, conflicts, and other essential parts of a story that work together to create interest for not only the author but also the readers. Yes, narrating something like story, hadith narration. So narration over here, when we talk about writing, so narrative writing means all those writings which are written in order to entertain you. This says that narrative writing is the story writing. It has got characters. Characters क्या होते हैं? Hero हो गया, heroine हो गया, side roles plays हो गया. Like all these are called characters. And then conflict means that every story has got a conflict on which that story is based on, and the story is all about understanding that conflicting and then resolving that conflict, right? And there are a lot of other parts of a story. There are plotting, there is theme, there are many other things, and narrative writing is one of the amazing things to learn actually, right? So there are a lot of things which come under narrative writing, your poetry, your drama, your novels, right? all these things which you narrate has got some stories, some characters, some conflict. Narrative writing is called actually the aesthetic of language. It's the beauty and the art of a language because all your literature falls in 90% of the literature falls into the narrative actually. Synonyms for the story. Yeah, same as the story writing. Yeah, so narrative is all about story writing. So there are two things which we need to understand about narratives. This is narratives also has a narrator or a person from whose point of view the story is told. Either the story is told from the first person pronoun or from the third person pronoun view, right? Have you ever heard any story that is starting with second person pronoun? जब भी हम स्टोरी सुनते हैं या तो फर्स्ट पर्सन प्रोनाउन होती है. What do we mean by first person pronoun? I was walking down the street when I saw three men talking about weird things. They were planning to hijack a planet and then catch everything over there. So in this, I am talking about the first person because I am talking about my own experiences and I am being the main character of this story, right? And when we talk about third person pronouns, once upon a time there was a king who was wealthy and the rich, right? So in this story, I am not the main part, but I am telling the story and I'm telling as a third person because I am not the part of the story. When I'm the part of the story, that is the first person pronoun. That when I'm not part of the story and I'm telling you about somebody else, that is third person pronoun. You have never ever read any story with starting with you. You are a king, and once upon a time you were ruling somewhere, right? You haven't read any story into your entire life like that because we don't write stories in second person. I want everyone to look back to all the stories you have read in your childhood and then let me know if there was any story that was written in second person pronoun. I want you to let me know if there was any story that was written in second person pronoun. No. So the story is either written in first person or it is written in third person, right? Either you are part of the story, right? कि मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, मैंने ये किया और उसके साथ ऐसा हुआ, उसने ये किया. There are two perspectives of telling a story or writing a story, either in first person or third person. You never write a story in second person. All right. So I just love this wallpaper, and these all fairy tales and the stories are just amazing. When I was a child, I believe that I was weird, but whenever I used to go, I used to buy storybooks. I loved storybooks, and I had bulk of the storybooks. I don't know. Okay, so then we have categories of narrative. One is fiction, and another one is non-fiction. So fiction is based on imaginative events or stories that did not actually happen, right? Fiction is self-created and false happening. The story is roaming around. For example, when we talk about Cinderella's story, right? That is not a real story, but that is what we have created it has been fabricated, so it is a fiction. But some stories are based on the real facts, right? Like scientific stories, they are inventive stories, they are all the non-fiction, they are based on the real facts. So there are two types of the stories. One is fiction, and another non-fiction. Fiction is all lies, everything is false. you know the story has been fabricated in order to entertain the reader, right? In non-fiction, the story is not fabricated, it is based on the real facts, real events, and the motto is just not to entertain the reader but also inform them or persuade them by telling the facts. I hope the difference between fiction and non-fiction is clear. If it is clear, let me know. If you have got any question, please ask. If fiction and non-fiction is clear, let me know. If you have any question, please write it down. All right, Zilinzi, let's see if you could find a difference or not. This says, what is the difference between Alice and the Three Bears and a newspaper article on bear attack statistics? What is the difference between the two? Alice and the Three Bears, and the second one is a newspaper article on bear attack statistics. So, what is the difference between the two headings? Take your time and then let me know. Just take 30 seconds and let me know what's the difference between the two. Think about the difference between Alice and the Three Bears and the newspaper article on bear attack statistics. What is the difference between the two? First one is fiction, second one is non-fiction. Okay. Same is 32. Do me a favor, you just leave the class, right? If 67 would be marked present, I will mark you present too, right? You should leave the class. When I'm asking you to create a response, you are not supposed to let me know same is to what, right? ये कोई एडवांस फार्मूला है कॉपी पेस्ट का. Alice and the Three Bears is fiction and second one is non-fiction. Alice and Three Bears fiction and the other one is non-fiction. Okay. Fiction and non-fiction. How about saying Alice and Three Bears is narrative writing and Bear Attack Statistics is expository writing? How about this? I have a question, ma'am. If someone lost his her memory and we tell him his her past, you were a businessman, you had accident and all other. So that is not a narrative. That is another type of writing which you would learn into next life. And moreover, when you are telling them, you are not telling them a story, you are telling them facts, you are informing them what has happened to them. So that is not more like a narrative. Narrative is a story, right? Where you have a plotting. जब आप किसी को बताएंगे कि आपकी memory loss हो गई थी, so there is no plotting, there is no conflict, there is no theme, right? And maybe you are telling them by face or verbal, you are not telling them in written. So there is a hell difference between when you tell people what has happened in their life than narrative actually. First, Alice and Three Bears is fiction, and the second Bear Attack is statistic. What does that mean? 06, I couldn't understand. First fiction and non-fiction. So your understanding of fiction and non-fiction is very much right. But in the second instance, we can also say that Alice in the Three Bears is narrative, whereas the Bear Attack statistic is expository, where we have been informed that what is the ratio of bear attack. Right. So that was it. I want you to write your favorite narrative, your favorite story. If you ask me my favorite story, it was Alice in the Wonderland, right? I want you to write your favorite narrative from your childhood or if you have read any other. And the second most Okay, it was in childhood. The Alice in the Wonderland was my most favorite in childhood. That when I grew up, I started reading. The 40 Rules of Love is one of my most favorite, right? So I just want you to write your favorite narrative. Let me know which one is your favorite narrative. Any of the story you have ever read, or any of the book you have ever read. Harry Potter. That's good. Treasure Island and Tale of Two Cities. Yes, novels are also narratives. Dramas are also narratives. Prisoner of Zenda. Yeah, you reminded of Prisoner of Zenda. How could I forget Prisoner of Zenda? It was my most favorite. When I was in intermediate, I started Prisoner of Zenda. So when I came home, I bought the books for my new class. I came home. When I looked at the Prisoner of Zenda, it was like so enchanting and so alluring that even I started it on the day one I bought it actually. And before teacher teaches me how to read it and what to read into it, I just finish it within a week. And I was so delighted to read it. And when we again brought it into the class, it was hell fun to read with the class fellows and the teacher, right? But it was my lovable reading ever in those days. I just loved reading Prisoner of Xander. So Beauty and the Beast, the animal form. ये कोई मुझे गेम बता रहे हो तुम? The course of La Lohrana. The three areas in Tare Zameen. Um, okay, so we can call them narratives, but you haven't read the narrative of Three Idiot in Tare Zameen, but you have watched it, right? We are concerned over here about writing more than watching Harry Potter. Like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine responses. And how many people are there? 25. Ansel and Gretel. So nine responses and 25 people. Where are rest of the people actually? बाकी के लोग कहाँ हैं? Abdullah, a brave girl. Okay. How many of you have actually read Prisoner of Zenda? Big Hero 6. Mirzapur is the series, right? I'm not talking about what you have watched. I'm talking about what have you read actually. Veere Kamam. That's good. Did you enjoy reading Prisoner of Zanda? I mean, everyone get a chance to read it when they are in intermediate. So, did you like it? It was so wonderful. When I started reading its first chapter, it was like I want to read more and more. Even though my reading skills were not that much developed that they are developed right now, but still I enjoyed it and then I loved reading it actually. चलें जी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Right. So we are done with narrative writing. We understand that story writing, novel writing, drama writing, scriptive writing, poetry writing, they all are narrative writings. And narrative writing is either, or the stories are either written in first person or third person pronoun, right? Then we have learned that we have two categories of narratives. One is fiction and another one is non-fiction. And so now we know the difference between fiction and non-fiction. as in technical report writing, we won't be writing narrative writing because we are not going to write any stories. We are going to write facts and figures. So for the understanding of this narrative, this is enough to understand that what is narrative all about and what are the types of narrative. That's it. So we might be writing persuasive and argumentative in our research papers. So do you have any idea about persuasive and argumentative? Do you have any idea about persuasive and argumentative? This is just one kind of writing with a slight difference. Persuasive is slightly different than argumentative. Have you ever heard these terms before? Persuasive writing and argumentative writing. Have you ever heard the words persuasive and argumentative? I don't want you to look here and there. I just want you to ask yourself if you have any idea about it, if you have read it somewhere, if you have heard it somewhere, if you have encountered it somewhere. Just explore yourself and then let me know. So 67 says no idea. That's all fine to have no idea. Persuasive means convincing, probably. You are very much right. Convincing. That's good. No idea. Okay. No idea. All right. Persuasive essays are to persuade readers, whereas argumentative presents both right and left wing arguments, and reader decides to choose the stance, I think. Let me know from where have you copied and pasted. Okay, no idea. Having no idea. Okay. Persuasive writing convinces the reader. All right. Okay, see, this says it intends to convince readers to believe in an idea or opinion and to do an action, right? This is if when you are writing a persuasive kind of essay or persuasive kind of writing, you try to convince your readers to believe on what is your point, what is your idea, what is your opinion, and you want them to entirely believe in you and perform action accordingly. Examples are criticisms, reviews, reaction papers, editorials, proposals, advertisements, and brochures, right? In persuasive writing, for example, if we have a topic that should there be a particular dressing in university or not. So when you would be writing persuasive writing, you would be giving such reasons that you want people to believe that if you are onto that there should be a uni dress, right? Into universities, there should not be multi dresses, but just one uniform. So you would be writing in a way that you would be writing such instances that everybody, believes that your idea is very much right, and then they believe. Okay, so persuasive writing is asking some best friend like, यार ये मेरी बात है तुम्हें माननी ही माननी है फिर मैं गलत हूँ या मैं सही हूँ. Persuasive writing is the kind of writing where you believe either you are right or wrong, but your stance is very much right, and you want people to believe in it and perform actions accordingly. In comparison to persuasive, argumentative writing. So, what do you think? What the word argumentative and persuasive? As we have just read that persuasive is about taking a stance and convincing readers to believe into certain things, right? So, what do you think? What would be argumentative, or how could it be different than persuasive? How could it be different than persuasive? थोड़ा mind को चलाते हैं, right? Let's work onto our mind and see if we could find any difference between persuasive and argumentative. If persuasive is to convince, right, what would be argumentative all about? If persuasive is about convincing, what would be the argumentative all about? So we give reader both sides arguments and let him or her to decide. Okay. I'm not just teaching zero at right now, right? If you don't want to be in the class, please leave. But if you are into the class, respond me, please. All right, no idea. No idea. Okay. Roll number 06, I want to need your stance onto this. Roll number 32, 33, 87, 29, 19. Please write down your stances onto argumentative writing. Can you please repeat my call up? I would definitely repeat. All right, so then we have argumentative writing. This is it requires to investigate a topic, collect, generate, and evaluate evidences, and establish a position on the topic in a concise manner. So this is the more scientifical approach to be onto your idea or opinion. When you have any topic, right, you would not just say कि ये मेरा idea है or this is what I want. You would investigate a topic, you would collect the ideas, then you would generate the idea accordingly, you would evaluate evidences, and then you would say that whether this is right or this is wrong, this should happen or this should not. So, what is the difference between persuasive and argumentative? Let me make it so clear in very simple words. Persuasive is like your best friend, right? And argumentative writing is like to a stranger. बेस्ट फ्रेंड को हम क्या करते हैं, यार मैं सही हूँ गलत हूँ, तुम्हें मेरी बात माननी है, राइट? कुछ भी हो, नहीं बस मैंने कह दिया ना तो तुम्हें मानना है, राइट? सो दिस इज परसुएसिव. आर्गुमेंटेटिव इज लाइक स्ट्रेंजर. यार ये मैं मेरा ये कहना है, अब तुम मानो या ना मानो. So persuasive is जोर जबरदस्ती से किसी को कहना कि no, I am right, this is my stance, you have to believe into it and then you have to agree with me. But in argumentative, what you do, you just present your stance कि I believe in this thing and I don't care if you believe it or not, but this is my stance, and if you are right, you may be right. If I am right, I am right because I have investigated and I have evaluated evidences, and then I'm saying this. So persuasive is more like purely your own ideas and opinions, and whereas argumentative is based upon some research and evaluation of evidences. If you remember, we talked about cogency and vividness. So when we write argumentative writing, we take very good care of cogency and vividness, that there should be examples, there should be evidences when we are taking a stance. Uh, let's take that the same example, that is should there be a uniform in university, right? परसुएसिव राइटिंग में क्या करेंगे, हम बोलेंगे नहीं, यूनिवर्सिटी में जो है यूनिफॉर्म होनी चाहिए, इससे इक्वलिटी बढ़ती है, सारों को जो है एक ही जैसे कपड़े दिखते हैं, सारे एक तरह के लगते हैं, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट. नहीं, यूनिवर्सिटी में यूनिफॉर्म किसी भी तरह होनी चाहिए. So this is persuasive writing. Argumentative writing would be like that we have researched or you have researched and you have read all about it कि जिन यूनिवर्सिटीज में यूनिफॉर्म राइटिंग है यहाँ पर ये फायदे हैं और जहाँ पर यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है यहाँ पर ये नुकसान है देन अकॉर्डिंग टू ऑल दोज फायदे और नुकसान से आप ये कह रहे हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी में जो है यूनिफॉर्म होनी चाहिए अब अगले बंदे पे डिपेंड करता है कि वो आपकी बात मानता है या नहीं मानता है so the persuasive and argumentative or one thing that you are presenting your opinions and ideas but in persuasive you want others to believe in it and argumentative you don't care if others believe in it or not so when I teach persuasive and argumentative, I believe that that is easy to understand when we think that persuasive is our best friend and argumentative is a stranger. Best friend से आप कोई भी बात कह लेंगे without any research, without anything, सोचे बगैर भी बोल लेंगे तो it's all fine. पर जब आप किसी stranger से बात करते हैं तो आप सोच समझ कर facts के साथ फिर बात करते हैं कि यार बेइज्जती ना हो जाए. So the difference between persuasive and argumentative, I hope, is clear. If it is not, please let me know. If the difference between persuasive and argumentative is clear, please let me know. If you have any question, please ask. Please confirm me if the slide is visible. You cannot write facts and figures in persuasive because persuasive is entirely your own opinions, right? And you want readers to believe into your ideas and opinions in order to do any action, right? For example, if you have, we have राइटिंग ऑन हेल्दी डाइट तो हेल्दी डाइट में आप क्या करेंगे आप ये लिखेंगे कि यार मैंने बेसन के पराठे खाए थे उससे मेरा वेट रिड्यूस हो गया और आप भी जरूर 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 खाएं ताकि आपका वेट रिड्यूस हो तो ये आप क्या है आप दूसरों को अपने आइडियाज ओपिनियन से कन्विंस करना चाह रहे हैं बट जब आप आर्गुमेंटेटिव लिखेंगे तो आप उस पर रिसर्च करेंगे कि हाँ सिर्फ बेसन के पराठे खाने से अगर वेट रिड्यूस हो रहा है तो उसका रीजंस क्या है आप लोगों को ये रीजंस बताएंगे और उसके बाद आप कहेंगे कि जब मैंने खाए थे तो मेरा वेट रिड्यूस हुआ था अब आप पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप उनको खाते हैं या नहीं खाते हैं not visible yeah I could see that's not visible let me see who asked about it 08 I hope that it is clear the difference between persuasive and argumentative is clear okay students should be allowed to smoke in university. So you can write your two stances. Either you can write it on to persuasive that yes, they should be allowed, right? And your opinion. And either you can write it argumentatively that you are not saying that they should or they should not. You are just having some research onto it. And then you are taking a stance that yes, they should be allowed, but if you believe it or not, it's up to you. But when you are writing in persuasive, you would be saying कि नहीं आप मेरी बात माने कि स्टूडेंट को अलाउ करने चाहिए किसी भी तरह से करना चाहिए. So that is called persuasive. I hope with these examples it is clear. If it is not, then please let me know. I want you, no internet, reconnect to keep the conversation going. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys. So as I have told you to the three headings, right? Where we can write either persuasive or argumentative as should students be allowed to smoke in university or should there be a uniform in university, right? So I want you to develop one of the heading like this, where we can write persuasive and argumentative too. So children should get married by 18, right? We could also write onto it your favorite topic, right? So I want you to develop just one heading on which you can either write persuasive or argumentative. I want you to write one heading, like I have told you, where you can write either persuasive or argumentative essays. For example, if we write on the city life is better than village life, girls are more intelligent than boys. So these are the topics where you can write either persuasive or argumentative. So I want you to develop at least one heading on which you can write either persuasive or argumentative. Guys, please write down one example onto which we can write persuasive and argumentative. March is persuasive. I couldn't understand this. Please write one heading where you can why we should be honest in our life. That's good. See, when we are saying why we should be honest in our life, either you could be persuasive that yes, these are the reasons you should be, or you could write, this is my stance that why should you be honest? Now it's up to you if you are being honest or not. So that is argumentative. Story should be banned. Wonderful. Political speeches. I don't want you to give me political speeches. I want you to come up with the writing, with the heading. The special person is a part of our society. Okay. Means marches are kind of persuasive. What do you mean by marches? We are talking about writing and its type. What do you mean by marches in writing? Why to be worried? Why to be worried? All right, we can. Okay, so this is elaborating three examples. Okay, so I have elaborated it with three examples, and it is your time to develop one. So develop it now, please. Why to be worried? Okay. Even I have given you more examples. So the healthy life is better than richer life. You can either write persuasive or argumentative onto it. Young age versus childhood. You can write persuasive and argumentative onto it. Eating junk food a lot can lead to death. Okay. So you can not, you shouldn't write the entire sentence. If you are just writing eating junk food, one could understand that either you are being so persuasive onto it or argumentative onto it. Newspaper columns are example of persuasive. That's good. I just want you to give me a heading, not example. Multiform mattress is the most comfortable bed you will ever sleep on. Wow, 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 wow. I'm just asking you not to write the full sentences, just a heading. Orphans should learn a foreign language. Okay, so you can write it learning a foreign language. Life is all about ups and downs. All right. This coronavirus has developed in laboratory. That's good. Outside food is harmful for our health. You can write that junk food, fast food is harmful for our health. Yes, you can write persuasive and argumentative onto it. I hope the difference between persuasive and argumentative is clear. If it is not clear, please ask me, and if it is clear, please let me know so that I can move ahead. Why should you not opt engineering? That's wonderful. Better acts with no dignity. ये दो लोगों का रू है इसमें कैसे आ गया एक तो है रोल नंबर आई डोंट रिमेम्बर दूसरा हमारा वजाहत और आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द रोल नंबर उनका रू तुम में कैसे आ गया 75 don't bring groundwater of our home don't bring groundwater of our home because minerals percentage is greater. I'm not asking you to give me the reasons in the heading. I just want you to develop a heading, specific heading develop karo. Groundwater, you can write either persuasive or argumentative onto it. Must repeat argumentative writing. Persuasive writing is all about giving your own ideas and opinions, whereas argumentative writing is based on the research and evidences, right? Persuasive writing में आप जबरदस्ती दूसरे को बोलते हैं कि आप मेरी हमारी बात माने, we are right, and you have to do as we are asking you to do it. But in argumentative writing, we don't want other persons to believe in what we think, but we just give our stance that this is what I believe. Now it is up to you if you accept it or not, or if you believe it or not. In persuasive writing, we make others in compulsion that you have to believe, you have to do what we are asking you to. But in argumented, there is no compulsion for other people. We just give our stance that this is what we believe, and that's it. If you believe it or not, that's none of our business then. So persuasive and argumentative are just convincing or just about giving your own opinions. But in the persuasive, you want others to believe into you. But in argumentative, you don't want others to believe in it. You just want to give your own stance, and that's it. Rule number 52. I hope this is clear. If it is not, please let me know. I will again repeat it. Rule number 52, please quickly let me know if it is clear so that I can move ahead. All right, that's good. So then we have expressive and reflective writing. Is competition really good? Are you asking me or you are just telling me the heading? Okay, so expressive writing and reflective writing. Have you ever heard about these two ever? Expressive and reflective. Have you ever heard about these two, expressive and reflective? When I ask you, have you ever heard, that doesn't mean that just now, before now actually. Tenses भी मैंने पढ़ाए थे, but I believe ऐसे बुरे नहीं पढ़ाए थे. Haven't heard. I'm asking 26 people in my class if you have ever heard expressive and reflective term in your life. And I'm getting responses from just two. So do you believe I would entertain you like rest of the teachers and I would be just talking about each and everything and you would be just sleeping, sitting around, sipping teas and whatever and I'll be just so happy with it that you are listening to me, right? Give me 25 responses right now. I want everyone to respond, please. Okay, expressing something like feelings, opinions. So, feelings and opinions are two entirely different things. We were having opinions in persuasive writing. We could say that yes, we can express feelings in expressive writing, only expressive writing. Okay, haven't heard. All right, so let's read about expressive writing. This is it is a form of therapy in which individuals write about their thoughts and feelings related to a personally cheerful, stressful, or traumatic life experience. So this is the kind of writing. It is also called a trophy, or it is a therapeutic kind of writing, where we write about good and bad days of our life. We express our feelings about some incidents. Those incidents could be of happy moments, or it could be of very sad moments. So when you write about your life experiences, that is called expressive writing, where you are expressing your feelings regarding certain incidents or certain activities in your life, where you yourself is involved, right? Where nobody, you are not talking about anybody else, but you are expressing your feelings related to something. For example, if I am writing about my first gift, right? So when when it was my fifth birthday, for the first time my grandma gave me a gift and that was a little puppy, I mean little dog, right? So how did I feel about that, right? That is my expressive writing, that when I was 5 years old and it was my first birthday with my grandmother, as she came from USA and she celebrated birthday with me, and she gave me a little dog as a gift. And you know how your childhood went with that dog, how you grew up with that dog, and what was your attachment with that dog, how the dog was the source of happiness for you. That is all about expressive writing. Or when you write about a person in your life, that how you are blessed with that person, or how that person makes you happy. Like you can write about your best friend, your father, or anyone else, right? So that is called uh, expressive writing. You may be writing about the death of your loved one, right? That could be a traumatic or stressful. You may write about the accident you have faced in your life and how did you feel about it and what changes it brought into your life. That is called expressive writing. When you write about your thoughts and feelings related to a personal event, write about thoughts and feelings. What do you want to ask 06? I couldn't understand that. What actually do you want to understand? So, if you are clear about expressive writing, please let me know. If you have any question in mind, please write it down so that I can help you out. Expressive writing is simply writing about any incident from your own life. Right? The autobiographies, biographies, they are all the part of expressive writing. where you write in order to express yourself, and in biographies you tell us that what happened into your life, and you tell us about cheerful moments, stressful moments, and bad days, good days. So that is all about expressive writing. All right, so then we have reflective writing. So what do you think? What would be reflective all about? If expressive is expressing yourself, what would be the reflective? What would be the reflective? Any idea? Any guess? Any idea? Any guess about reflective writing? No question I just asked, is it correct definition of expressive writing when you ask about expressive writing? What is really want to know if it is a correct definition about expressive writing? To reflect our image in written. Okay, to somehow it's right. No question I just asked, is it correct definition of expressive writing? That is the correct definition of expressive writing. If you're not sure about the definition of expressive writing, you can Google it out and then see if it is correct or not. If this is not correct, please rectify me and let me know what is the correct one. I would love to learn the correct one. All right, so this says reflective writing. It is an analytical practice. Analytical का मतलब क्या होता है? When we break down a certain thing, that what is good, what is bad, how much it is bad, how much it is good, how has it happened, how much has it affected. So it is an analytical practice. Analytic का मतलब होता है कि तोड़ फोड़ करना, right? उसकी एक operation कर देना, in which the writer describes a real or imaginary scene, event, interaction, passing thought, or memory, and it's a personal reflection on its meaning. When it says a personal reflection on its meaning, this means that he or she then lets you know that what was the impression of that event or memory on his or her own life. So reflective writing में क्या होता है? Okay, so let's first understand the difference between expressive and reflective. In expressive writing, you simply let us know that what are the good and bad events of your life. But in reflective writing, you let us know that how that affected or changed or altered your life. For example, slides are not visible. Just give me a moment. I hope slides are visible now. Please let me know if the slides are visible. Please let me know if the slides are visible. All right. So the difference between expressive and the reflective writing is in expressive writing, you just express your concern about certain events, but in reflective writing, you reflect what changes it has made into your life. For example, if you're writing about the death of a loved one, that how it happened, right? And when it happened, what is the bad memory of your life? So that is expressive writing. But if you write that the death of your loved one, right? And how it changed your life and how it affected and impacted on your life, that is called reflective writing. Simply expressing is expressive writing, that when you write about a personal reflection that how it affected your life in a positive manner or in a negative manner, That is called reflective writing. This is an in reflective, it could be real or imaginary scene, right? But you would be having some moral onto it, you would be having a thought, memory, but you would be letting your readers know that how it affected your life. For example, when I told you that, okay, if you are writing onto your happy moments that when you were a kid, your granny gifted you a little dog, right? So you grew up with that, you were so happy, you loved it. But when you were 15 years old, the dog died, right? How then it changes your life, it made you gloomy, then it made you stronger, right? And then you learned a lot of good things. When you write about all those learnings, about all those reflections that it had on your life, that is called reflective writing. Expressive means simply writing about the events, and reflective means how they reflected back onto your life or what changes it made into your life. That is called reflective. I hope the difference between the two is clear. If it is not, please let me know. For example, my first gift. So that if this is the heading, my first gift, you could write expressive and reflective onto it. My best friend, you could write expressive and reflective onto it, right? The happy day of my life, the happy day of your life is when you got the first position. That is expressive, but how that first position changed your life, your impression on your parents and the society, then what did you learn from this, and what changes you observed into your life, and how that shaped out you into a better person. That is a reflective writing. So I hope the difference between expressive and reflective is clear. If it is not, please write down your questions, and if it is clear, please let me know. Please quickly let me know if difference between expressive and reflective is clear. Okay, Ji, repeat difference. Traumatic means, ma'am, kindly repeat the second one. I'm repeating, but let me know where are all these people over here. Let me know where are all these people. Only 023406173654. Where are rest of these guys? Where are rest of these guys? Where is 1 4? Where is 1 7? Where is 1 9? Where is 2 9? Where is 3031? Where are 323438? 44544753 5558 7175 86 and Faisal. Where are all these people? Can you please let me know where are all these people? All right. So when you're letting me know that network problem, ma'am, then your network is working, and you are letting me know that there is a network problem. You are in the call. There is no network problem. You are texting me network problem. There is no network problem. But when I'm asking you for responses, there is a network problem. How could your network know that teacher is asking for the responses? I swear I'm not going to mark you prison. Trust me. And don't you cry onto the last day. Ma'am, online classes thi. Ma'am, ye tha. Ma'am, wo tha. Up to you. I'm not concerned. My work is to teach you. That's up to you. If you're learning something or not, I don't care. Don't come me crying then, but at the end of the day. So let me explain it once. Expressive it just to okay. So you were asking about the traumatic. Traumatic is when you have something serious or something like accidents, severe incidents, right? Where your life experiences got entirely changed. All right. So expressive means that you are going to write about what happened in your life, and in reflective writing, you tell us that if it happened in your life, what impact has it got onto your life? For example, a traumatic life experience is that you got accident. आप उसके बारे में लिखेंगे कि that was so stressful for you because you had accident. वो accident कैसे हुआ, right? उसके बाद आपको क्या injuries हुई, आप कैसे ठीक हुए? That is your expressive writing. But when you would be writing that how that accident changed your life and perspective, उसके बाद आप कैसे सोचने लगे कि इंसान की जिंदगी के कल पल का भी पता नहीं है, then you did not think about long plans, and every day you were thanking God that you are alive, how it changed your life, how it changed your mind. That is called reflective writing. आपकी जिंदगी पे उसने क्या असर डाले हैं, वो पॉजिटिव हो या नेगेटिव हो, जब आप उनके बारे में लिखेंगे, that is called reflective writing. But when you are just simply expressing and writing about it, that is called expressive writing. I hope the difference between the two is clear. If it is not, please let me know. I hope difference between the two is clear, but if it is not, please let me know. Rule number 54. If it is clear, please let me know. Ma'am, repeat the last sentence. I even don't remember what was the last sentence. Can you please, what was it all about? I don't remember what was my last sentence. I was just saying that yes, reflective is when you reflect onto that incident कि उसके बाद आपकी life में impact क्या हुआ. See, it just adds a personal reflection, a personal touch that how it changed your life. All right. Clear, 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 clear. Okay, is I have given you examples, right? You could write about my first gift, the dog and the granny, right? Okay, and then you can write about my bad experience, right? That could be about anything. A tragic accident, right? You can write about a tragic accident that could be expressive and reflective too. So these are certain examples of headings. I want you to write two examples onto which you can also write expressive and reflective, looking onto your own life. आपकी लाइफ के अगर कुछ सैड एंड हैप्पी मोमेंट्स पे आपको लिखने का मौका मिले, तो आप उनको हेडिंग्स क्या देंगे? आई जस्ट वांट यू टू राइट द हेडिंग्स, और आप तब तक हेडिंग्स मुझे नहीं भेजेंगे जब तक आपका मैं रोल नंबर कॉल आउट नहीं करूं. यू गॉट 1 minute टू राइट जस्ट हेडिंग. यू हैव टू राइट वन हैप्पी मोमेंट एंड वन सैड मोमेंट फ्रॉम योर लाइफ. उनकी हेडिंग आप क्या देंगे? ताकि मुझे लगे कि आपने ये एक्सप्रेसिव या रिफ्लेक्टिव राइटिंग में लिखा है. If you ask me to write the heading from my life, right, so I would be writing a happy or the sad into the manner. If we talk about the sad, I'll be writing forever lost, right? In forever lost, I will be writing the sad moments about sad moments where okay, I will be writing about the death of my uncle and all my good and bad memories with him and how it affected my life. So I would be giving it a heading forever lost. And if we talk about the fearful moments of my life, so I would be giving it a heading. Let me think about it. I just want to give it a good heading. Okay, so I would be giving it a heading, a better soul. When in a battered soul, I would be writing about my sister and my, good and happy moments with her and how her existence and presence makes my life beautiful, right? So in this way, you can write two headings like I have written a happy soul and lost forever. So in a happy soul, I would be just writing about something happiness, and lost forever, I would be writing about some sad moments. In the same way, I just want you to write happy and sad and write one happy heading and one sad heading looking onto the incidents of your life. And do not share until and unless I ask you to share with me. Do not share until and unless I ask you to share with me. I will call out your roll number and then you will share. Please do not send until and unless I ask you to send. 02, please send your response. 02, please send your response. A day with my favorite person, admission at day. Okay. 06, please send your response. 06, please send your response. Zero 08, please send your response. 08, please send your response. 14, please send your response. Day I felt energetic. Day I wasn't productive. Okay. One four, please send your response. 1 7, please send your response. 1 4 1 7, please send your response. All those I am removing, please get removed out of this meeting, please. My first computer, last day at school. Okay. 1929, please send your response. Do not be into the class if you're not responding. Okay, to be part of first loss of closer one. Okay. 31323436. Please send your response and 38. 3132343638. Send your responses, please. Okay. My college days when I lost my grandchild, the most adventurous day of my life, the day I lost my favorite friend. 3638, please send your responses. 31, please send your response. 31, please send your response. All right. 44, 45, 47, please send your response. 44, 45, 47, please send your responses. Happy school days and sad loss to school friends. Okay. 44, 45, 47, please send your responses quick. Forty-four, 45, and 47, please send your responses quick. 52, 53, 54, 58, please send your responses. Meeting my best friend whom I had 6 months ago, realizing we are going to meet after 6 months. Okay. 52, 53, 54, 58, please send your responses. Faisal, please send your response. First position in school, first time death of grandfather return. Okay. 67, 71, 75, 86. Please send your responses. 67, 71, 75, 86. Please send your responses. Lost my life. Breakup expressive. Achieve someone special. Engagement ceremony reflective. All right. 71, 75, 86. All right. I got scholarship. My grandmother died. Fine. 75 and 86. Please send your responses. And the conclusion came that should remain closed and online classes will start after Eid. Okay. When physical exam release. Okay. I'm not asking you to listen or I'm just waiting for your responses, please. All those I have removed. I will just mark attendance from these moments when you are going to rejoin that is not marked, right? So good luck. 86, I'm just waiting for your response, please. Favorite days when I went to home, the day when I leave home. Sorry for late due to network problem. That's all okay. All right, guys. So let's work. This is choose any of the writing type and write a paragraph by selecting appropriate topic. So we have learned four types of writing: expository with five subheadings, narrative with two types. Then we have learned persuasive and argumentative. Then we have reflective and expressive. So you can choose any of the writing type, and then you have to write a paragraph. But make sure that your topic is appropriate, and from your topic, I would understand that which kind of paragraph or writing type you have chosen. So quickly write it down. It's 12:36. You've got 5 minutes to write a paragraph. It should be five-line paragraph, having topic sentence, supporting details, and just one concluding sentence. Quickly write it down. Choose any of the writing type having appropriate topic. Guys, I hope you are on to writing and you are writing, choosing any of the writing type. I'm not asking you to write headings. Now you have to write a paragraph. You have to write a paragraph that could be any type of writing. You are free to choose from multiple writing types. Guys, meanwhile, if you are done writing it, you can send it to me so that I can check. Rule number 34, I want you to give it appropriate heading, please. I wanted you to write a paragraph that should have a heading, right? Supporting details and the conclusion. If you're writing any story, make sure that you are concluding it. I don't want you to write from anywhere else. Bring up your own. I didn't want you to copy and paste. I want you to write onto your own a paragraph having appropriate topic sentence, supporting details in the connection. If you're writing any story, write it from your own side. Make one of your own. And I know 02 that this is not your writing actually. All right, 67. That's good, but this is not narrative writing. This is expository writing, where you are describing what is Harry Potter and what is all about. I read that in primary. Yes, but I didn't want you to write any, but I wanted you to just write from your own side. Here it is not written that write it from copy and paste things. Write a paragraph on your own, please. All right, so we are done with it. But please send me your responses. That's all okay, but you have written it from your own side, and that is good. Practicing would make you understand more about all these terms. So now you know the difference now because is you are writing onto a narrative, but you're explaining a narrative. You are not narrating it. When you read about Harry Potter, that is written in a narrative form. But when you're talking about narrative, or when you're talking about Harry Potter and explaining it, that is called expository. Roll number 32, please come up with a heading, please. He was sitting at his desk, reminding his schedule, and pulled up his own files, picking up his notes, and the first spider called. At the back of his hand. Roll number 32, please come up with a heading. Ah, that's well written. A cricket match. One day, I was at home and watched a cricket on TV that was being passed on in India. That is the favorite video was the had. So then out for India, come to bad person score. So 06, what kind of writing is that? Okay, 32, that's better. Okay. Then the talking. historical atmospheric event of my life Pakistan by incredible amazing throughout the foggy day. I walked around that fog. It obscured my vision and felt breathing for me. I don't know exactly where I was standing. It was quite all around. It was like, started to scare my vision clear. I was in small room having less air ventilation causing suffocation. Why are you all writing narrative? Why don't you write, a lot from expository, reflectors, persuasive, argumentative, one more? Anyways, let's start. So we are on to paragraph writing, and then I believe that in the last semester I have very well explained what is a paragraph and what are essential elements. So I want you to just remind it what I told you about paragraph writing. Can you let me know what is the paragraph? And all those who has not submitted their paragraph, make sure they are not present in my class today. And thank you all those who are making efforts to learn, who are putting something to the class. I mean, this is not something that I need to learn, or this is not something that would help me out. This is something that is going to help you out, right? All right. So, what is your stance on paragraph writing? What do you understand by paragraph? What is a paragraph? So, as now we have learned seven C's, seven ways of writing, and now we know the types of writing. Now, let's write the paragraph. So, what is a paragraph? Okay, 47, I would read. Meanwhile, please write what is your understanding on paragraph. Series of sentences giving a central idea, okay? Number of paragraphs to make a essay. It's not a essay, an essay. I'm not talking about essay. I'm talking what is the paragraph. Composition of intro description and central idea. Congratulations, one for finally you have written something actually. Composition. Okay. So everyone who's sleeping, come up with what is a paragraph. Piece of writing dealing with single theme. That's good. All right, so this is a paragraph discusses one idea in detail and its development of an overall topic for the essay. You are very much right that the piece of writing that is dealing with single theme, yes, a paragraph discusses about one idea, and for the second idea, you need to write second paragraph, and that paragraph would also be discussing just only about second idea. So overall, when you are combining paragraphs, they would be developing an overall topic of the essay. So, paragraph, we understand that's a combination of sentences, a combination of different things, right? But overall, if we talk about paragraphs, the paragraph is something that discusses just one idea. And for another idea, you need to write another paragraph. So I taught you that there are three essential parts of paragraph writing, and I hope you remember. Can you write what are the three essential parts of paragraph? There are a standard paragraph has got five sentences, and those five sentences can be categorized into three essential ideas. Can you write down those three essential ideas? Can you write the three essential elements of paragraph? Can you write three essential elements of paragraph? Topic sentence, supporting sentence, and then conclusion. Okay. What do we write in topic sentence? What do we write in topic sentence? Leading sentence, supporting sentence, concluding sentence. Introduction, description, conclusion. So what do you mean by what do we write in topic sentence or leading sentence? So the topic sentence, supporting sentence, and conclusion sentence. Okay, but what is topic sentence? What do we write in topic sentence? What do we write in topic sentence? Topic sentence is all about the main idea. Okay, topic sentence is any idea. All right. So we would be continuing this slide tomorrow, right? Meanwhile, let me know quickly how about today's class? Did you learn something new? I really didn't enjoy today's class, but I just wanted to ask you that what are your views about today's class? Quickly write down your feedback, please. Introduction, okay. The summary is the main idea of paragraph. Okay. Quickly write down how was your today's class? Interesting. All right. It was great. अब वो सारे लोग लिख रहे हैं it was great 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 इतना जल्दी में जिन्होंने during class एक भी response नहीं दिया था. That's great. Learn new things. Good to know. Good but slow. The credit goes to you guys. All right, guys. Then see you tomorrow. For now, bye bye and take very good care of yourself.